Today I'm going to show you how I make my Sinking Funds envelopes, and you will need a couple of supplies. So the first thing that you're going to need is some type of cardstock paper. This is the one I've been using. I picked this up at Michael's, I believe, and guess what? I only paid $2.49 for it. Another thing that you're going to need is laminating pouches. The one that I have is from Scotch, and I believe I picked this up at Target, and it comes with 100 pouches. Another thing that you'll need is some sort of paper cutter. So I've had this one for a really long time when I used to scrapbook. And last but not least, you will need some sort of a laminating machine. And this is also by Scotch, and I picked this up also at Target. And I'll link all of the information in the description box. So these are the envelopes that I made previously, and I just pretty much put a label on it. So far I have about 12 of them, and I need a few more. So I'm going to show you how I make mine. It's super easy, you guys. You don't need all this fancy equipment. You can basically make your own Sinking Fund envelopes with any type of mailing envelopes just to get you started. But don't hesitate to start your budgeting if you don't have these envelopes. All right, so I've already created a pattern, so this kind of just helps me with the process a little bit faster. So I'm going to go ahead and create some of these, and I will see you back. All right, so here is what it looks like, and I have another one that I've already cut out just to make this process a little bit smoother. And if it doesn't line up, you can go ahead and just trim off the excess, especially on the sides. On the top, it doesn't really matter because you're going to cut some of that off anyways. So just to make sure that we have the right size, this is what it looks like. And I do have another one that I'm going to go ahead and put in through the laminating machine. So let's set this aside. Okay, let's turn on our laminating machine here. So I'm going to go ahead and set it to 5 milliliters since I am using thicker cardstock. So what you're going to do next is basically grab your laminating sheet. You're going to want to put these inside very carefully. And again, you guys, these don't have to be perfect, but you'll want to get them as even as you can. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it on the edge right here. And this one like this. You want to leave a little bit of space between them because you are going to be trimming these once you run them through the machine. So let's go ahead and get this a little straighter. Okay. All right, so you want to go ahead and then just grab them gently and run them through the machine here. And I do like to run them twice, just for the sake of any air bubbles. Alright, so let's turn this off. We're going to go ahead and set this aside. So this is what they look like. So all you have to do is basically just trim the edges and hole punch these and put a label on them, and then you'll be all set. So let's go ahead and get my trimmer here. So we're going to go ahead and put put it in sideways first. And if you don't feel comfortable using this trimmer, you can always, of course, just use scissors, which makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as my opening. So you want to get as close as you can to your envelope, because that's the side we're going to be using. Okay, and then there's your opening here. And this part I leave because this is the part that I'm going to use to hole punch. And I just usually have just a random hole puncher that I use. And what I like to do is I kind of cheat a little bit. So I go ahead and use, actually we're going to trim this a little tiny bit because it's a little too much. Okay, so let's do this right here. And then again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so then I just grab my other one and I kind of just size it up and then just start putting the hole punch. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And then I have my label already set here. So again, I do have a label machine, so I am just going to go ahead and continue with my labels. I know they're not as fancy schmancy, but it does the trick. So we're going to go ahead and put this here, and there is your label. So I don't know if I mentioned, but the dimensions for this particular SinkingFund envelope is 6.75 and 3.14. So this fits perfectly in my, I took all my envelopes out. So this, you can just stick it in here and you have yourself your SinkingFund envelopes. All right, so this is how I make my SinkingFund envelopes. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys get started with your own SinkingFund envelopes. Thank you.